Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Friday morning safety meeting. Today's going to be pretty short and sweet. Got a busy day ahead of us today. Fortunately for inspections, we had 3 that were clean, and we did not have any failed inspections that hit our DOT number this week. So once again, we can't beat that. I'm extremely pleased. So shout out to Carl Jett, Lee Edwards, and Philip Turnbow. Gentlemen, great work. Once again, this is helping us out a ton with 3 clean inspections and none that are hitting our DOT number. So that is great. With the dash cams, we've had a lot of good feedback with the dash cams here within the last week or two. Thank you for that. We are very, very excited about rolling this out. I think we've got all questions answered. Obviously, if you do have questions about this, thoughts or concerns, you can call us and we'll discuss it. But I think everybody's on the same page for the most part. And we are excited to get this rolled out because it is going to protect you. It's going to protect us. And it's going to be a good thing. And, like Cliff said, if a picture speaks 1,000 words, a video speaks 1,000,000. So those things are going to be a huge asset to our fleet. Truck registrations. So the 2022 registrations, I think we finally, except for a certain few, got everybody their 2022 truck registrations. I never thought it would be such a battle to keep everybody legal. We send the messages out, people don't read it. We send the messages out, people don't read it. Or they assume, yeah, I think I've got that, and don't look, and then, we end up getting tickets. That can't happen. So that's why we've been driving this home. For you folks that are watching the meeting, you guys are obviously the first ones to get these because you pay attention, and, you do something like this that isn't required, but it helps. So it's not you guys that are the ones out there rolling around with expired permits and not paying attention. So I'm sorry that I have to keep bringing that up. But, there's a chance that there could be somebody on here that doesn't, which is that's why we covered that. So hopefully you won't have to hear me talk about that anymore going forward. All right, May 4th through 6th, the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance is doing their annual 72-hour road check. So this happens every year, and every year they have a different focus. They say this year their focus is lighting. No, it's not. They're not looking at lighting. They'll pull you over if you have a light that's out. They'll pull you over if you have all lights that are working. So I don't know why they say that. That's kind of misleading because, yeah, they will look at your lighting, but they're also doing level 1 inspections. So lighting's the outside of the truck. Those are usually visible defects. They're actually going to be doing full level 1. So that being said, be ready to show your CDLs. Make sure you have a copy of your CDL. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but you'd be surprised. Your medical certificates, please make sure that you have your physical in your permit book. I put everybody's permit books together the same way. It drives me nuts when I get them back and they've been switched around. The reason why I put them together the same way is because I know you guys aren't looking at these books every day or sometimes even as much as we should. So a lot of folks do not have the order of those books memorized, which is why I put them together in a certain order. So that way, if you get stopped and they're in their squad car, you can call me and say, hey, where am I finding this? And I'll be able to tell you right away. Your DOT physical should be in the very front of your permit book. The reason why is because your book should be in the door right next to you. So if you get stopped, you can take your book out of the door. They ask for your physical, whatever, hand it to them. You don't have to take your seatbelt off because then you could get a seatbelt ticket. So they're also going to be looking at hours of service. So along with that, there's something I want to cover. And they also say they're going to be looking at current vehicle inspection reports. So if you have any DVIRs out there that need to be fixed, fix them. And if you have some that need to be cleared, call me. So real quick, what I want to go over, with hours of service, they're going to be making sure that you're certifying your logs, and they're going to be making sure that you're adding load info. These are 2 things we've gotten tickets for in the last week. And that is really, really aggravating because you were running legal, you did nothing wrong, but you didn't do the most simple task of just putting your trailer info in. So I am going to take you guys to the Qualcomm real quick. The first thing that I want to show you is how to approve your logs. So you will see on mine, I should have probably 8 days of approving here. So status summary, graph day log, 8 days certify load, you would go to certify. Now, once you're on the certify tab, at the end of each day, you will need to certify your logs. So it's going to have me do this for probably all 8 days here. Let's see. Yep, it's going to have me do this for all 8 days. So, and once that is done, which obviously you guys should be doing this at the end of every day, but once that's done, it'll allow you to go in and actually operate your hours of service. So that part's pretty simple. Now, I want to get into the load tab. So this is where we've been getting tickets. So on the refrigerated side, it does this for you automatically. And on the van side, you have to manually enter it, which I've heard a few people say it will automatically generate onto the van side, which is nice. But for those of you that doesn't, go to hours of service. And right next to your certify tab is your load tab. All you have to do is type in new load number when you're picking it up, when you're delivering it, bill of lading number, trailer number. And that will save you from getting a ticket. So if anybody has questions on how to do that, please don't hesitate to give us a call. I will help you in any way that I can. But that's really all that we've got. I think the last thing that I want to go over, and this isn't going to mean much to us because I don't think we get down to the Hattiesburg area much, but they do have a new Love's in Jones County, Mississippi, which is in basically Hattiesburg off of I-59 with 93 parking spots. So if you're in a crunch down there and you need a place to park, you'll be able to use that facility and hopefully, get yourself a break and get off the road. But that's really all I have. If you want to go back and look at this video on how to approve your logs, how to enter your load info, I'd be happy to put one out on YouTube, whatever's easiest, so we can make sure that gets done. They're also going to be making sure that you have paper logs. So, alrighty, hopefully everybody can see these. So the ELD backups, with the ELD mandate, our paper logs have to say ELD backup. We cannot use the logs that we had, 4 or 5 years ago. We'll get a ticket. Even though they're the same, we will still get a ticket. So to be ready for this blitz, don't speed. Stay off your phones, have your seatbelts on, and pay attention. Make sure you are ahead of the game. There's nothing worse than me getting a call and be like, hey, Ryan, I need this permit. Well, I know this sounds really bad, but depending on who it is that's calling me, it's the people that never call me and try to avoid me. I know when they're calling me saying, hey, I need this permit, my first question is, what scale house are you at? So I don't want any of that. We need to be ready. And we need to make sure that we are going to pass these inspections with flying colors, because since this is a blitz week, you will be getting $70 for a clean inspection. And, I've heard people say, well, $70, that's not enough money. It's your job. We shouldn't have to give you any money. I know that sounds harsh, but that'd be like me saying, I come into work, I get paid, but I did an extra good job today. How about you give me some more money? That's not going to fly. So this is part of our job. And we're lucky that the company allows us, to pay for these clean inspections, because some companies don't. And I know, it doesn't seem like, oh, it's not a lot of money. Every little bit helps. And so Carl Jett, he's gotten 2 clean inspections within the last 2 weeks. So those little $35 add up quite a bit. And if you start getting them during the $70 weeks too, that's really going to add up. It's going to help you. It's going to help us. So please, let's be ready. If you need anything, let me know. If you're unsure about your permit book, we'll go over it. I would be happy to discuss that so we can make sure that everything's going to be good when you get out there with the DOT. That's all I've got. I hope everybody has a good weekend. If you need anything, please let me know. Thank you.